Druski Megachurch pastor video. Oh my goodness, that was so funny. I laughed. And I think most of us did, right? Comedy is meant to exaggerate things that already exist, right? And so I laugh at comedy. I love comedy shows. And some of what was highlighted is real. Image over impact, performance over presence. That happens in some churches today. People may push the lines of what they're doing to attract people to come to church or whatever. But satire only shows a moment. Not the whole story. One of the pastors that's being mocked, for example, and the reason why I know that they're talking about him is because they were comparing the outfit that he had on with this pastor. But this pastor is known for supporting smaller churches and pouring into the community and funding work that doesn't go viral. Nobody really talks about that type of stuff unless they're trying to talk about something in a negative way. And so that's my biggest concern with this, right? While we're busy debating church optics, real people are hurting. While we're busy being the righteousness police, right? Trying to judge who's more righteous, who's more theological, and who's better at being a Christian. There's actually work that God called us to be done. And we're in the middle of situations, I think, that require the hope that the body of Christ was meant to give to this world. We're watching families being tormented by ICE. I don't see a bunch of Christians talking about that. I think there's a few of us that are having that conversation, but a lot of us prefer to talk about the gospel, prefer to talk about each other and critique other Christians. But people are homeless. People are living in fear. Don't know if they're going to be separated from their family tomorrow, or shot, or unalived. Injustice is really loud right now, and the church, to be honest with you, is quiet. And I think part of that is because we're afraid to step outside of the box, right? The political box, the whether or not you're conservative box or whether or not you're liberal box, and just speak and do what's right. God never meant for us to be more loyal to some type of party or some type of culture or some type of race or some type of whatever. It's always been about kingdom, right? So communities need a strong, unified body of Christ. Hope is still needed, right? And so stuff like this is a distraction. And it becomes dangerous when we're up here arguing about personalities instead of embodying what the gospel is supposed to be. We're supposed to shine more light on what God is doing rather than what we think other people, right? We as Christians, we spend a bulk of our time highlighting our deficiencies to the world, right? And then wonder why the world is, why do I need to do something different to go be a part of that, right? We can recognize that when a church or something comes back, and let me back up for a second, right? This mega church thing is so silly to me. I don't care what church you go to. If you're in it, if I'm in it, it's flawed, period. Big church, small church, whatever. In your small church, if more people come to it, guess what? It grows to a mega church. It grows to a bigger church. So that is the most absurd thing, right? That we see. But I digress, right? So accountability matters, right? But correction without context really turns into condemnation. And condemnation never brings healing. The church was never meant to be known only for what it critiques, but for what it covers, who it feeds, who it defends, and most of all, who it loves. Jesus said we'll be known by how we love people. So laugh, joke, learn from the critique, but don't lose the mission. Don't lose what we're here for. Don't lose what we were supposed to be here. Once you became a believer, once you became a Christian, once God impacted your life in a way, you're supposed to be out here giving other people hope, sharing the gospel, and helping to grow God's kingdom. I just wanted to give y'all some truth and love. Let's